Sunbelt Rentals. Online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at nebraskaautodetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Welcome to Ticket Weeknights.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in to First Serve with Reya Lee Ko, Husker tennis player. First show for Reya. Really exciting to talk about just her experience as a student athlete here at the University of Nebraska and just what it's been like, competing for this Husker tennis team and what the athletic department here is like. Reya, just talk a little bit about yourself. How did you end up here at the University of Nebraska and just where your tennis career started?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. I'm really excited to do this. Basically, I was actually at a different school my freshman year. I was at North Carolina State, and part of me was like, oh, maybe I should go, maybe I shouldn't, but I'd already been like pretty deep into the commitment. I'd signed. I was like, all right, let me just go. So I went, didn't love it, and I was like, all right, I'm either probably going to quit tennis or my mom convinced me to actually give it another try somewhere else. And my coach, Herman, our head coach now, was his first year here. And we kind of both like needed each other. Like he was trying to build a new program. I was trying to find my love for tennis again. And I was a mid-year transfer and I exhausted my eligibility by not playing, or because I played in the fall for NC State and then coming here in January. So it was kind of like a happy medium of like, all right, I need you, you need me. And he was like, I believe I can make you love tennis again. And ever since then, like that's kind of how it's been. He's really rebuilt my love for the game.
Yeah. Where do you think that love for the game kind of started? We have Denny, your mom here. Did you start playing tennis from a young age, or when did you realize that tennis was going to be a sport that could take you pretty far?
Honestly, my mom played in college, so it was kind of like inevitable. I'm her only daughter. It's like, yeah, like I have to play tennis. I mean, from the age of like 3, they were putting me like, we did like set up a net in our backyard and she'd like hand me like a little racket. I'd say I probably fell in love with tennis at like around the age of 12. I was having like pretty good success then. And then I fell out of love with it as I got older. But I'd say like initially, like just having like my mom who did play and like who did love tennis, like continuing to like push me to love it. But honestly, I've never played other sports. I mean, I think I played basketball in like 4th grade for like maybe like a month. And I did like tumbling, but tennis was always my number one sport. And even though at times I felt forced to play, it was ultimately a good decision.
Yeah. Mom, can you kind of explain what it's like, raising a Division I athlete? I think so many parents can get caught up in, being too hard on their kids or expecting so much out of them without, really caring about, their success or their how feeling. How did you, raise Reya to be a Division I athlete?
Well, I mean, that's kind of a hard one, but we did start her young, not on purpose, really, other than we had sons that also played.
Mhm.
So she got to go to tennis at the beginning because we were all going and they had a little program. I'm like, well, instead of her sitting with me watching the brothers, you start playing.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, it really started at a young age with that.
I ended up being the best one.
Yeah, she ended up being the best one, but if you get the other three in here, they'll all say they're still the best one.
Oh, for sure.
But it is still her. They all want to play her in challenge matches, but she's usually on vacation, and on vacation we don't touch a tennis racket. So a lot of it she's had to do on her own.
Mhm.
I've been very strong with her.
I went to a boarding school at the age of 11.
Yeah, so
for tennis. I went to a
Oh.
tennis academy, like boarding school. I like
A little bit of a prodigy.
at the time, yes, I was pretty good whenever I was younger. But
you're still pretty good.
yeah, I'd say I'm
Right.
okay. But at the age of 10, I went to like this like spring break tennis camp it's called the John Newcomb Tennis Academy. And I like had a tournament that week and I was like, oh, my mom was like, oh yeah, like you can go get some like good training because we had like moved to a small town. Like there wasn't like a ton for like me there to like really like thrive. And I went to this tennis camp. I was like, found out they had like this full-time summer academy and like a year-round academy. I was like, sign me up. I was like, when can I go? So that summer, at this point, I was 11. You had to do 3 weeks there at first. Spent 3 weeks there. I'm like, can I stay? They're like, all right, yeah, like you can stay longer. And then every 3 weeks, I was like, can I stay? Can I stay? At the end of the summer, I was like, so when am I moving here?
Oh no, like every other day during
Yeah,
summer
I was
camp.
like,
She was like,
when can I move?
She's like, Mom, I am moving. She goes, I'm gonna live here.
It was
next
2
year."
hours away from like our small town. I was like, when am I moving here? And they're like, you are
You're not-
11
you're
years
11
old.
years old. You're not moving here.
So basically,
I
ended up getting what I wanted.
She's very strong headed.
I'm very persistent. Whenever I want something, I go get it. And it was like around like end of October of 2016, actually. Wow, 10 years ago. That's crazy. I decided to travel with them to this tennis tournament. And I was like, I went, and I think I remember you saying like you had a feeling I wasn't coming back.
No, I knew. So I couldn't take her to a tournament. And of course, I traveled with her, and that was a lot of fun. All of the tournaments, weekend tournaments, but for some reason, I couldn't go. Probably I had other children participating in a sport that I wanted to go watch. And so I called them. They said, sure, we'll take her. Took her out of school a few days early, but I knew when I dropped her off, I'm like, she's not coming back. And sure enough, I mean, she was having success at all these tournaments. She was missing school every Mondays, pretty much every Tuesdays. And so that's really where it stared. She called and she's like, yeah, I'm not coming back. And I go, I know. And so I said, I'll see you on Wednesday. I said, I'll bring you your stuff. And pretty much we moved her into a dormitory just as one would do when someone's leaving for college.
Except I'm 11.
Except she's 11. And I mean, it really felt like that.
I was the youngest one there for about probably, honestly, until I left. I was there from 11 to 14. And then I decided to move back and probably
It was
my parents.
It was kind of like we said, it was good.
It was good while it lasted.
Yeah.
And I just needed something different at the end of it. But
she needed her mother.
I
She
did.
did.
I mean, my mom.
I would have needed my mom at 11.
Yeah. There was one time I think I skipped fitness or something. I called my mom. They said that whoever skipped was gonna get in trouble. I called my mom like, hey, can I come home for the weekend? She was like, sure. She came and picked me up. I was like, okay, probably shouldn't tell her why I need to go home, but they never noticed.
Found a way to get out of it. So where was this boarding school and academy at?
It was in New Braunfels, Texas, which is 30 minutes away from San Antonio.
Okay.
It's not like a small town, but it's not you wouldn't really think to go to New. It's not.
But it's called the John Newcomb's Tennis Academy. It's a great tennis ranch. They have a full-time.
They have a country
program.
club. They have the year-round tennis academy. They have adult clinics. I mean, we had a dining hall. We had a pool. It was practically a mini campus. We had a classroom.
So it was really great for them because we knew where they were. It's not like they could go wander off like this. It was pretty much.
If you had a car, you had to give them your keys, but I wasn't old enough to drive. Or if you wanted to leave, you have to have permission from the parents. And it was
it's a great. I really love that place. I still suggest students who are looking for a little bit more in their tennis to be able to go there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's great. All the same coaches are still there, so we know them all. We could call them up right now, and they would have some great stories about Reya. They took her under their wing at such a young age, and like I said, they've never taken someone that young. But she was getting up at 5 a.m.
We fitness
doing what was
at
expected of
5:30
her
in the morning.
I mean, beating everybody up Ice Cream Hill or whatever they called that hill.
Yeah, Ice Cream Hill.
because she likes ice cream. So
Yeah.
she get there first, get the ice cream. So I mean, it started there. So that's where we started raising her, and it wasn't a decision. I didn't have her and go, I'm going to have this Division I athlete, which I think a lot of parents do, and I just don't think it's the right approach to take because you just don't know. It's a very hard pathway, and they have to really desire it. It's a time commitment, it's a financial commitment, especially in tennis, and then just a lot of unknowns, injuries, or just mental well-being to really get there.
Yeah. I love that. And I mean, Reyes, I feel like is explaining it so well, is just that you enjoyed it. Like you had so much fun there. It wasn't, I think some parents will throw their kids into a camp or something like that and they're just miserable. But it's what the parent wants. And so you did a great job of, allowing her to enjoy. And like you said, she didn't want to leave. It was her decision.
But guess what? She also got to make choices for herself there. Like
I didn't really, I did what I wanted.
She pretty much didn't have the parent there.
Yeah.
So she likes just getting to do what she wants, but that's also the way I raised her. I wanted to raise her to be able to be independent, to be on her own, not to need her mom necessarily, but to want to be with her mom.
Yeah, like whenever I decided to come here, I was like in the portal, and my mom was joining my parents live in St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, but my dad moved my senior year of high school, and my mom was like, "Okay, I'll wait till you're situated in college to go join them." So I go to college. She waits a little longer. I'm like clearly not situated.
She's not happy. She's not happy where she is, but I know that. But I'm like, I can't.
It's like December. I enter the portal. She's like, "Well, I'm moving the day after Christmas," and she's like, "Do you need me to stay?" I was like, "No, you can go." I was like, "I'll find a school." Part of me was like, "Am I gonna have to take a gap semester?" Because I was ineligible. Like, I mean, not a lot of teams are gonna want an ineligible player.
Correct. Which I have to bring up the point about how she could possibly be ineligible. We have football players.
Oh my gosh.
We have football players that can play 4 games and they can redshirt. She played in the fall, which is not even team season.
I think I played like 9 matches.
9. I mean, something just ridiculous. And all of a sudden a tennis player is ineligible next semester.
Yeah.
Literally makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, we tried to look if there's any waivers or anything.
There's no really bylaws that we can find.
We're still waiting to find a bylaw or a waiver to get her fifth year, because she really did not contribute at all during it was school. I mean, it was individual.
It was.
But my favorite one, I do have to tell this story. I mean, she's really not happy where she is. And I think it was more, she didn't have a balance. She didn't have a student athlete or a balance.
Yeah.
It was tennis. It was just, that's all that it was. So she wasn't that happy. But of course, the school she went to was top 2 in the country when they recruited her. What is she going to expect?
Yeah.
And that was kind of,
I knew what I was getting myself into, but I kind of thought once I go, I'm going to I'll get back into it. But I mean, honestly, I really did appreciate my time there, because I never would have ended up at Nebraska without going there, because I had been to Nebraska once in my life and I was 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know. Yeah, for zonals.
That's right.
Yeah. I was like, I really I just kept all my options open. And even whenever I was in the portal, I didn't have a ton of options. I was like, it was January, maybe 16th or 17th. This was before school started earlier. I had no idea where I was going. Yeah. My mom was half across the freaking globe. I am stuck at our house with my cat.
What was I gonna do? Stand there with her and go, you don't know where she's going.
My car's in a different state.
Yep.
I have no idea where I'm going.
It wasn't good.
I'm stuck in our house with my cat. I'm like, I have no idea where I'm going to college. And then I eventually was like, all right, I'm going to Nebraska. I was like, it's going to be freaking cold, but I'm going to get a nice jacket and we're going to go with it. And they had actually already played a match by the time that I decided to go, because they did a preseason training trip in California. And I get there and we flew back the same day. It was like, this is so weird. I cannot believe I'm in the middle of Nebraska right now.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of athletes for every sport, and I'm in the same boat as you as well. My freshman year, I played baseball at Cal State Fullerton, and I had 7 at bats. So I played in 2 games and lost a red shirt, which I was so frustrated by it. And it was games that we were losing by 10 runs, so they really meant nothing.
Yeah.
And tried to get a red shirt and didn't work out. But I think the NCAA hopefully is going to do a better job of prioritizing the athletes. So hopefully you get that extra year. But you're in the portal. What about Nebraska made you think that this could be a place you could call home?
Well, To me, like, family is the most important thing, like, especially, like, I mean, I have 3 brothers. I have parents who love each other, who love me. We all are very, very, very close. And I felt at my previous school, like, that wasn't the case. I felt like it was very individualized. Like, you weren't looked at like you were like a family. And whenever I was deciding to choose a new school, I was like, I need the feel of a family, like people I can like rely on, lean on in the moments of like a tough time. And that's kind of what was hard whenever I was at NC State is I was having a hard time and there's nobody for me to lean on. So my first call with our head coach Herman, I like kind of told him, I mean, I was honest. I was like, look, like I'm not the biggest fan of tennis right now because of X, Y, and Z. I was like, but this is what I need to love it again. And he like started telling me about Nebraska. He was like, we're a family. Like you're more importantly a person than you are a tennis player. He's like, I'm gonna be there for you as a coach. I mean, he's a dad, like he has 3 kids, like he gets it. Like, so I think the thing that drew me here most was just the family aspect. And then I didn't know like the Nebraska athletic community as a whole, but then I get here and from the first like 5 days, everybody's so nice and welcoming. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I didn't know like any other athletes at my previous school. Like nobody talked to each other. It was like your team and that's it. But here I feel like everybody's friends. Everybody's so nice. Everybody's saying, "Oh, hey, how are you? Like good morning." And just all the staff and everyone. It's just like it really is like a family.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of college athletics, athletes sometimes are seen as like a means to an end. Like you're here so you can win us games. We aren't at times going to see your value as a person or, make sure you're doing okay. What we would just want is you to go out there and perform. And I think Nebraska does a really good job of just making sure that their athletes, number one, are seen as people first and
Right.
they're seen for the human side. In what ways do you feel like you've had that family experience, with your teammates, just as a student athlete in general, and then with your coach as well?
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is that they are realistic about like one day like sports is going to come to an end and they are focused on your future too, just how like any parent would be. So they really put like emphasis on like helping us like for after like when sports is over, like what are we going to do next? Like what could you do? And just like my teammates too, like they're like every single day it's like we're not just talking about tennis. Like they're asking, "Oh, how's your day been? How's this? How's that?" Like when you can tell that somebody's having a bad day, like they're texting you, "Are you okay? Like is this okay?" Like same thing like with the coaches. Like I think like one time I was having a really bad day at practice. This was my freshman year. My coach was like, "Are you okay?" Like I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good." Like I'm just like not having a great day. I was probably like upset about like a boy or something. And he called me later and he was like, "Hey, I just want to like check in on you. Like, are you okay? Like, I'm here if you need to talk." I was like, "Oh my gosh, like that's so I'm like not used to that." I'm like, "You actually care."
Yeah.
But just like all the staff in general are like that. Like everybody I talk to, like they're just always asking how you are and if there's anything like that we need to like tell them. And it comes off very genuine. And I think you can kind of tell when somebody's being fake in the sense of like, "Yeah, how are you? How's your day?" But it's like, no, like actually like, "How are you doing and what can I do for you if you do need help?"
Yeah, as I think the best coaches are the ones that realize that obviously, as we've said, that you're a human first, but also you're going to get the best out of you on the court if they do make sure that you're doing well off the court because you're only, at practice, in a match for only a certain amount of time. And there's so
Right.
much more life, especially as a student athlete you're dealing with. Like you said, it's, your social life, it's classes, it's everything. Being in Lincoln, is there anything that's surprised you about the University of Nebraska or just like, I mean, it's freezing today, so that's
Yeah.
brutal, but anything that's surprised you?
I think what surprised me is honestly how much I love it here. I think I also have like an emotional attachment to this place because it really did like not like it saved my tennis career and like I'm very emotionally attached to it. But I'm just surprised at like how it does still feel like a city, but still like it gives like small town vibes. Well, not too small, but I mean it has a Lululemon and a Chick-fil-A.
That's all
So
you
like
need.
there's
That's all you
really
need.
Yeah.
and a Trader Joe's.
And
There's
a
really
Trader
not
Joe's.
much more that I need. But I think what surprised me is just yeah, like I honestly just how much I like it. I knew I was gonna like going to college, but to actually like the city that it's in, especially it being in Nebraska and like I mean I'm from Dallas,
We like
Texas. Like
sun,
We like the
10, 12.
sun. Like I need to be in a place where I'm like going to be tan. Like I want to sit at the pool. And
We grew up, on the lakes, on the waters, on boats.
You can get
And
that in
it's
the summer here, but that's about it.
That's true. That's true. But it's like a different heat.
Yeah.
But it's like I was just surprised at how much I actually enjoy living in the city of Lincoln.
Yeah. Mom, what have you, when you're here to visit right now, what have you noticed about Lincoln? But then just, Reya's transition here, from NC State and how she's, grown as a person and then also grown in tennis. What have you kind of noticed about Lincoln for Reya?
Well, first off, just a fabulous community. Love the downtown area, just all the fun college bars and just all the restaurants. I just think the vibe, the high-rise apartments everywhere. I think they're just fantastic. Lincoln's just been really good for Reya. I think number one, she became happy. She was not real happy even leaving for college, but as a mom does, I said
I went early. I went in June to college. I went
a
like
great road
2
trip.
months early.
Yeah,
We drove it straight.
So we drove it
18
straight.
hours.
Fun road trip, but pretty much she had to do it on her own, and sort of what I raised her to do was be her own person and come here, embrace everything here, and she's been really good with that.
Other than the cold, she likes it here.
I'm fine with the cold for 3 days. I get to go back to the sun. I'll be on the beach and Monday afternoon, think about me. I'll be on the tennis court coaching tennis with palm trees, ocean right there.
She's like, "Do you have a jacket for me?" I was like, "Yeah, I got you."
You got to have plenty of jackets.
Yeah,
here.
I think I rotate like 4 different jackets. I'm like, all right, which one are we gonna wear today?
Yep, every day on Amazon cart, it's like, oh, what new jacket do we need today?
Yeah.
Do we really need that one?
Yes.
So
I did.
But yes, Lincoln's been really, really, really good for her, and much appreciation for her mom and seeing the potential in her, because when she was transferring, I wouldn't say she was really at her game, but what a great coach to see the whole.
He was very process minded with me, which is like something that like I need to just always have and like be like instilled in my head, is to be process minded, because I feel like sometimes I put too much like pressure on myself to like have the results in the moment. And whenever I was in the portal, like I wasn't the most appealing player like I was in high school. And he really, I mean, I kind of like knew Herman, and whenever I was being recruited in juniors, he was at a previous school, but I wanted to stay in the South because I was, I wanted to be tan. I wanted to be at the pool.
Yeah, we didn't look
priorities clearly.
Past Oklahoma.
Yeah, and he really did a good job of like trusting me, and like I trusted him, but more importantly, he trusted me that I was going to live up to say what I believed I could do. And he believed in me too, which I think was more important.
And that just goes to show, I mean, Herman's such a fabulous coach for all of them. Just seeing their potential, seeing her ceiling. I mean, she still has a ceiling she hasn't reached. And I would say my big advice to her is don't find that ceiling after you're done with college.
And that's kind of what I told myself this year. I was like, I don't want to regret anything. I mean, I got 2 years of college left. I don't want to like play on the tour or anything afterwards. Like I'm going to play like the little fun leagues whenever I'm like older, like for like socialization, but like I'm going to ultimately hang up my rackets after my time here. I was like, I don't want to regret it. Right. I regret my freshman year. My sophomore year, I guess that was last year. I don't really regret my sophomore year, but I was like, I don't want to have the feeling of like where it's like, could I have done better? So this year, most importantly, I was like, I want to like obviously be the best I can be. I was like, I'm gonna make that happen this year.
And she's athletic. She's so fast, corner to corner. She's got a ceiling that she hasn't reached. I know it, not just as as a parent, as a coach, and it's really
she's
just
biased.
I'm not. I am not her. I am not her yes man. I speak hard truths to her. We've always told her you've got a little wasted talent that you're not using. But I mean, I saw great improvement even last night when I came in to watch from the last time I saw. So, and Herman knows it and was willing to put in the time with her. So like I say, I always tell him, thank you for taking her on and trusting in her and knowing that she will be a great contributor.
Yeah.
So
I absolutely love that. And I think it's great for athletes when they find a home. I also transferred. I went to the University of Portland after Fullerton. I just felt so much more comfortable And I'll be honest, we're so happy to have you here in Lincoln and glad that you're loving it.
Thank you.
And just glad that you have that community aspect. You're listening to First Serve, first episode with Reya Lico with Mom Dina in the studio today. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take our first break and we'll be right back.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild has a delicious way for you to enjoy beef brisket. It's our open-faced hot beef sandwich. We start with our grilled Texas toast. Add a scoop of creamy mashed potatoes. Load them up with some tender Hog Wild beef brisket and top it off with our tasty brown gravy. It's absolutely delicious. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hey guys, it's Carly from Boyk Farm Outfitters. With the holidays behind us, our team is already looking ahead to the 2026 season. And to help you get ready, we're hosting our second annual expo at our location near Exeter, January 27th. The expo covers 8 topics that matter to your farm. We'll discuss fungicides in heavy disease environments, liquid systems for your planter and how to choose the right one, how Washington is viewing important ag topics, and much more. Don't forget to stick around afterwards for the happy hour. Check out BoykFarmOutfitters.com for more info, and we'll see you there.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
If you have a fence, patio, or landscaping project to complete this spring, Sunbelt Rentals is here to help with augers and auger drives in various sizes, plus electric concrete mixers. For tree trimming projects, they have a great selection of chainsaws, pole saws, and hedge trimmers, along with a towable lift or ladder to get you where you need to be. Sunbelt Rentals has everything you need to make your spring projects easy. Sunbelt Rentals, online at sunbeltrentals.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
A membership with John Henry's will fast track you to front of the line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Back to the Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back here on 93.7 The Ticket. First show of First Serve with Reya Lico and Mom Dina in studio. Just talking Husker tennis and just the experience that Reya has had in Lincoln. Reya, we're excited to have you here at the station and just talk about your experiences. To get into a little bit of the tennis side, can you talk about, just for people who don't know and should probably tune in a little bit more, of just what a tennis practice looks like for you here at the University of Nebraska?
Yeah, for sure. So we are actually in our season now. We had our first match yesterday. We won, by the way. Go Huskers. So we started practice around, I think our first day was January 5th. And for the beginning of the weeks for tennis, it's more based off of consistency. How many balls can you make in the court? And then it ends up going into adding movement into that while still working on the consistency. Point play typically doesn't come in until later in the week, because how are you going to play good points if you can't make a ball on the court? I would say with tennis, the most important thing is reps. You're not going to get better unless you're hitting reps, or unless you're playing matches, playing points, or just doing the basic drills. And I think we put a lot of emphasis on doing the little things right, and just always being there, present in the practice no matter what. We don't like to be we do like to have fun. I love having fun at practice, and I really do. I say my job on the team is to bring the fun. And I think I do a good job of that. But at the same time, we dial it in, and we want to be a gritty team. And that's what we want our identity to be, is that we're not going to give up. I mean, we're all super athletic. We're all really fit. And I think we focus a lot on the movement side of things, and just knowing that we're going to outlast our opponents, and the things that we do in practice kind of go towards that.
Yeah. Dan, can you kind of explain, as a, tennis coach yourself and trainer, what are some things that you see, let's just say collegiate tennis players specifically struggle with in the game of tennis?
What do collegiate tennis players?
Yes, is there something part of their game?
They're all so good. I mean, they're really all so good. What I find amazing is when you watch a point and it's how could anybody ever win that point? I mean, every player is so good. You're just like, wow, she just won that point against a really good player. Consistency is huge. Depth is huge. Opening up the court with cross courts so that you can find the big opening. Very important. They do a good job working on that.
I'd also say mentally, I mean, playing a college tennis match is tough.
Mental.
I mean, you're out there by yourself. Yeah, you got your teammates around you that you can lean on. But ultimately, if you lose your match, there's a point for the other team. It's not in a team sport where oh, I missed the shot. It's okay. We're going to get the possession back. It's no, I lost my match. I literally gave the other point to the team, and it was my fault.
Do you know how tennis scoring works in college?
I wouldn't say in college, but
Do you want to explain it to them?
yeah, that'd be
So
great.
for a college dual match, first we start off, it's called the doubles point. So 3 doubles goes on, and you have to win 2 out of the 3 doubles to get 1 point. So say I win, and then one of my other teammates wins their match. So we automatically are up in the score 1-0. So then 6 singles gets put on, and each of those 6 singles are worth 1 point. So there's 7 points total that can be like awarded out. So obviously you got to get to 4 first. I would say the most important thing is getting that doubles point because you're starting off with that
Advantage.
momentum shift and the advantage. And typically in college tennis, there's going to be somebody who might lose who you were betting on winning. You can't always be like, because tennis, anybody any given day can.
You see it in the pros all the time. That an
Yeah, like
unranked
upsets
professional
happen all
will
the time.
upset a highly ranked
It's like,
player.
okay, this girl on this day was playing good and you didn't bring your game that day. She's going to beat you, especially in college tennis where it's pretty cutthroat. College tennis isn't a quiet, how professional sports is. I mean, everybody there is yelling after every point. Like when our men's team comes, I think actually got in trouble yesterday because they were heckling the other team and they were almost told to leave. I was
You've
like,
got to come out and watch matches. It is really
Yeah.
fun.
It's a lot of fun.
And Reya had her Newman Center.
Yeah.
Her Newman Center fans come from Catholic Church, and they were first sitting there, and I was like, guys,
They were getting into it.
you
Like
can
honestly,
actually cheer. We're not just
Yeah, I think that's the idea that a lot of people
it's
have
not like
about
a
tennis.
country club. It is
Even
a country club
professional
sport.
tennis, I feel like everyone's super quiet.
Yeah, no, but in college tennis, it's loud the entire time. I mean, all my teammates are screaming. But basically, I mean, to go back to the scoring, you got to get 4 points to win the match. So sometimes it can come down to one singles match. It can be 3-all and the overall score and that last point, you're the last one on. I had one of those last year and unfortunately I did lose, but I think about that every day. I'm not
right.
gonna lie.
So it's hard, I
But
think
it's
about it
hard.
too,
But
actually.
each person, it doesn't matter if you're the last match on or the first match on. If you get a point, even if you lose the point, I mean, you're still contributing to the team. It just sometimes just so happens where you're the last one on.
How do you said mentally is a huge part of it. How do you, let's say, a few points don't go your way, you have to respond and you want to, win that point for your team. What are some little things that you do just to, get yourself back in focus? Or because I think in a lot of individual sports, you can easily just spiral out of control. Like one shot doesn't go your way and then you're just overthinking about it. How do you, stay consistent?
I think, honestly, sometimes I just start praying. I'm like, oh gosh, I really need some help here. But I mean, I'm playing for something bigger than myself. And I mean, tennis, there's a 50-50 chance I'm going to lose the point. You're
single time.
going to lose. You are literally going to lose points on this. I am obviously playing somebody who's probably 2 years old. But you can't be surprised when you lose the point. And I also tell myself, say I do lose the point, it's a little frustrating. I try and find one good thing that I did. And it's okay, there really isn't anything I did good. I'm like, what can I do better? Or what am I doing good that is in my control? And sometimes your opponent is just playing too good and things are out of your control and you just have to tap your rack and be like, that's a dang good shot. I mean, that happened to me a couple times yesterday. I'd rip a ball and then she'd rip one past me. I was like, I don't know what the heck to do about that. I was like, I moved to the ball pretty well, but I'm like, I didn't even see it go over the net. I'm like, how the heck did you make that?
Yeah. I mean, I bet not taking every point so deeply makes it a lot easier than
It does. And also routines help too. I typically try and find one place on the court where I'll look there and it's that is my reset. I'm like, if I'm find my mind spiraling out of control, say I look at the chair on my court. It's different every time. I kind of just pick and choose. But yesterday I chose the chair. I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the chair, and that's whenever I'm gonna just empty my brain. I'm like, all right, next point. And then ultimately I love to compete. And as long as I'm competing every single point, I can't really control what happens.
Yeah, attitude, effort is
Yeah.
always what I've always told her. I don't care if you want to lose, attitude, effort, but when your effort and your attitude are bad, it's not going to be a good day with me afterwards.
Especially with tennis, you feed off your opponent's attitude. I mean, there's definitely been times where I've playing a girl and I can see that she's starting to go downhill and I'm like, this is my time. I was like, you're going down. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go up. And vice versa. I mean, I've had matches where I started acting like a brat and the other girl started feeding off of it and it pissed me off and it made me act even more bratty.
Yeah. I mean, you have to stay, very composed. When it comes to physically your tennis game, what are some things that you're maybe working on? I mean, Mom, you said it best, is she hasn't reached her potential yet. And Ray, I bet you feel the same way. You never, as an athlete, you're just never satisfied. What are some spots that you're trying to raise your game right now?
I would say I rely a lot on my movement, and I have that down. Like, I can get to basically every single ball, but what I'm working on is whenever I actually get to the ball, being intentional with that shot that I'm going to hit next. Because right now, all I'm doing is relying on my movement. So sometimes I get to the ball, I'm just like, okay, just get it back in the court. And like, it's called pushing. You just kind of like, you don't hit the ball very hard. So right now, I'm working on like getting to the ball, like running through the ball and still like striking it, like doing a balance between still like stepping into your shots and being the aggressor while still relying on the fact that like, yeah, I can be out there all day and move side to side. So I'd say like also like getting my positioning in the court and like not giving too much space from like the baseline to like the fence. Cause sometimes I rely on my movement. I'm like 5 feet behind the baseline. And I'm giving my opponent all that court.
10 feet behind the baseline.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't even see her in
the
the
TV
camera.
because I'm so far back because I'm just
She'll
running
run,
side to side.
Side to side, she'll run, and then the ball will go over there.
And
You'll see
I
it
just
come back.
I just
You'll
get
see
there,
it
my
come back.
racket, I throw it up in the air, which sometimes, yeah, that's good. That's all I can do. But it's the times where like I do get to the ball and I need to do something with it. And then I just like put it right back. And then next thing I know, I'm running to the other side. I'm like, oh, here we go again. So I'd say just being more intentional. And also, I don't think I start my matches very well. I think it takes a second for like a fire to be lit under my butt. So I think I need to like get that going before I start. I mean, yesterday I went down 0-3 in like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. It happens.
I
all
was
the
like,
time.
you've got to be freaking kidding me. I was like, I've been playing. I'm on the court for 5 minutes. I'm already down 0-3. I'm like, this is not how I am because I'm a competitor. I love to compete. I'm ultra competitive. Like it eats me alive.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it was a great start yesterday. I'm sure, maybe a few match play jitters before she started.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous, honestly, yesterday. I mean, this was only my second tennis season. I didn't really feel that nervous last year, which is weird. I was like telling myself last year was like my freshman year since I never played like a dual match season. I was honestly more nervous today. And I think it's because like I've seen all my improvements. I just really wanted to go out there and like show that I have.
And I definitely noticed her improvements. Like I say, yesterday, she used to just run side to side. And she gives too much ground. The more ground you give, the less angles you can create because you're so far back in the court. The farther you can move into the court, the bigger the angles that you create for yourself. And so the only way to create angles for yourself is to step into the court. Without that,
and take like time away from your opponent.
You're hitting on the rise. You're hitting sooner. And so I really noticed yesterday she was definitely doing a better job stepping into the court. I know they're working on that with her. She got partway into the match, started scooting back a little bit. And then she reset.
And like recognizing, I think I need to recognize a little sooner as well. That's something I need to work on. I feel like sometimes I either overthink and I'm like freaking out, or I'm not thinking at all and it's like careless.
It is. I used to always tell her, you need to go out in the court and think. And then she'd be on the court. I said, quit thinking.
Yeah.
Because
it's a
final. It's such a, I mean, it really is a mental game. But what I've seen with her improvements just from the fall is just really being able to step into the ball, strike the ball. Every shot, go ahead and hit. Don't be scared to miss. That's part of it. Sometimes you're going to miss one and it's a good miss. It's a good miss. You set up the ball. You got the short ball. You just missed it. Next time, maybe make a bigger target for it. We don't have to go for lines. Keep things off the lines.
Yeah.
She's doing good. She's doing really good there.
Do you ever feel like you reach like a flow state in tennis where you're just like, I can't be stopped? And it's probably that fine line between where you're thinking just a little bit, like, make sure you're doing things right, but you're not overthinking, or you're not thinking at all, like you're just in that perfect flow state. Do you ever get into that?
I would say like in the moment I don't recognize it, but after I'm like, gosh, I can't believe I did that, or like I can't believe I won that. I think it was a doubles match last year. I was serving, and sometimes if I get nervous, my serve can sometimes like break down a little bit. And this was like it was one of our Big Ten matches, like I think our third or fourth one. I was playing line 2 doubles and I was serving. I think we were down like 15-40, like they had 3 match points, and we ended up winning the match. And I just remember after, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like, I had to serve down 3 match points. I felt like that would be like kind of my thing. Like I don't really like realize until like after that, like what
good.
I was actually like experiencing and in, which is maybe not the best thing that I didn't realize what the score was, but also at the same time, if I was like in my head thinking like, oh my gosh,
I
this
have
is
to be
match point.
perfect.
This
Yeah.
is because we had split the doubles point. So it came down to our match. If we lost that match, we're down 0-1 and we were playing a good
I
Big
saw that
Ten
one. That was
team.
fun.
Yeah. And then I ended up killing my singles. That was definitely flow state.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But I would say I don't realize it until after.
But I mean, in tennis, you don't ever, anytime you're on the court, there's never time that you just feel 100% good.
Yeah.
I
You
mean,
play your best tennis maybe like 15% of the time.
Maybe.
Tennis is a sport where you get what you get that day and you have to learn to manage with what you have. And I would say the same thing with nerves. Like you're going to be nervous playing a tennis match. It's just you out there, but it's more how can you execute under the pressure of like being nervous. It's like we've been like working with our sports psych about playing fearless tennis, which doesn't necessarily mean that you're not like scared, but it's like, how are you playing through the fear and how are you turning your fear into a different emotion and getting through each point by just like thinking about, okay, what can I do good this shot or that shot? And I mean, at the end of the day, what happens, happens.
Yeah, I think that's so well said. And I think a lot of, people who tune into sports or other athletes in general totally understand that and understand that you're not going to have your best days, but you got to find a way to still be your best. We got to take a quick break and then we'll be right back and put a bow on this thing. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to First Serve with Reya Lee Co.
It's the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th at the Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. Come see trophy deer, hunting seminars, hunting and outdoor exhibitors, a 3D archery tournament, enter the blind giveaway, and more. The Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, presented by Whitetail Properties Real Estate, January 16th, 17th, and 18th. Learn more at nebraskadeerandgameexpo.com and find them on Facebook. Come to the Nebraska Deer and Game Expo, January 16th through the 18th in Lincoln.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, for brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
Hog Wild has a delicious way for you to enjoy beef brisket. It's our open-faced hot beef sandwich. We start with our grilled Texas toast. Add a scoop of creamy mashed potatoes. Load them up with some tender Hog Wild beef brisket and top it off with our tasty brown gravy. It's absolutely delicious. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Back to The Ticket weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to First Serve on 93.7 The Ticket. Putting a bow on this thing, wrapping it up. Reya, can you just give us an idea of what the identity of this Husker women's tennis team is like and what we can expect out of you guys this season?
I would say, honestly, heart and soul, each day we are there for each other. I think tennis-wise, grit, like we don't want to lose, and we're going to do everything in our power to not lose and to show our presence out there and to compete for each other. We all just really love each other, and we would give our left leg out there for each other. I would say, yeah, heart, soul, and grit is kind of what we live by, and fun. I always say fun too.
Good. I'm glad you add the fun into it. So Natch, tomorrow, what time, where at, give us all the information, and then just, kind of what you expect performance-wise out of this team this season.
Right. We have a doubleheader tomorrow. It is at 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. If you know where the soccer stadium is, fun fact, it's actually the tennis facility as well, the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. I would say, honestly, just, expect fun and just to watch some young athletes compete. I think it's going to be a really exciting year. For some of our matches, we give away TVs and iPads, and it's free admission. And now they sell drinks at our matches. So if you want to get a little rowdy, come on, bring it on. You probably needed a beer after my match yesterday.
Drinks while they're playing.
Probably not. Tennis parents can kind of be a little crazy.
Tennis parents are crazy. That's for another day and time.
Yeah, that's a funny story. But I would say just expect this year for, honestly, to just watch us compete and just give it out there for not just us, but more importantly for the program.
Yeah. You said you guys have quite a young team. How do you balance, just having, quite a few juniors and no seniors and just, having leaders on the team? How do you guys, maintain that chemistry and leadership?
I honestly think I prefer it this way better, having no seniors, because we each have a different role and we all have such different personalities and we all bring out the best of each other. And we just bring something different, to the table. Some are more responsible than others. I obviously love to bring the fun to practice. I've kind of propped myself on that. I would say it at first it was a little weird because we were maybe thinking about choosing captains, but ultimately we were all we can all be a captain in our own way. And as long as we're holding each other accountable and not taking things personally, because at the end of the day, like, we are best friends, but the stuff that happens on the court, like, we're teammates, and we do a good job of not letting like the personal side of things take over whenever we're at the courts. Like, if you have a problem with somebody on the court, like say they like didn't do all their reps, and you hold each other accountable, that's not going to affect when we're eating dinner at Panda Express later. It's like more, we see each other as more than teammates, more than friends. We're just a big family, and it's great.
And I'm just gonna say once again, the leadership of Herman and Maddie just bringing the team together. They're just great coaches.
They instill a
and
lot of things in
they
us.
really
And
do.
I think their constant like reminders and like how we need to be there for each other over time, especially going into this season. We've already had a semester together. I think it's really starting to take place yesterday, especially for like Conley, for example. She got hurt and she didn't play, but she was out there being freaking
She was
loud
the
and
best coach out there.
firing everybody up. And I just think that shows some maturity. I mean, she could have thrown herself a pity party,
Yeah.
but she didn't. She was the best one out there yesterday.
I love that. That's so great. And so great to hear just the chemistry and camaraderie you guys have as a team. As we wrap it up, what can we look forward to on First Serve in the future? Kind of what do you want to talk about? Bringing guests in. What's your idea for First Serve?
My idea is honestly to just show how a tennis player is also obviously a tennis player, but also, I mean, I'm more than a tennis player. There's so much that goes into like our day to day. And I think as athletes, there's so much that people like don't know about us and like that you wouldn't expect. So I'd say expect all of my teammates to come on here. They are all from different countries. And I think that's going to be a freaking blast to just get the cultures there. But I would also say just honestly being genuine. I'm an open book and I'm excited to share with people. Really am.
I love it. That's so amazing. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the first episode of First Serve with Reya, Liko, and Danica in studio. So happy to have you here on the show. Feel free, please tune in every Saturday at noon to 1. Reya will talk about her life and just tennis in general and the more human side of it. She's more than just an athlete, so much more, and so many great guests coming on. So thank you for tuning in to the first episode of First Serve. This has been great. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.